Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Fumble Sports Daily Show. So nice to have you with us today on this beautiful Monday, wherever you're watching from and whatever platform you're watching on. Welcome into our show. For those that are new to Fumble Sports, we are live every single day for 2 hours talking sports, sports betting, fantasy sports, and everything else around the world of sports. Fantasy sports and everything else around the world of sports. So hope you guys are with us every single day. We are so excited to get into today's show. We have an NBA Finals game tonight. We have plenty of MLB games. We have WNBA, and we do have a Stanley Cup final game that we can allude to at least in the future. But the NBA Finals may wrap up tonight, so it's our last chance potentially to talk NBA playoffs, and of course, put some money down on the NBA playoffs. So hopefully you're with us and really excited about today's show, today's research, today's picks, and everything else that comes with it. No matter where you're watching from or no matter the platform, always feel like you can contact us. If you put in your comments, you put in your reactions, like Rodham Bum Kush over here on Instagram Live, we are here for all of it. If you guys like to share your picks, we'll get to it in a little bit, but there's a way that you can share your picks with us. So not just Fumble Sports, but everyone in our Fumble Sports community can see it. As always, we recommend that you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, for all of our daily content, including a daily fantasy lineup for baseball, our MLB picks, the best hitters of the day against the starting pitchers that they'll be facing, and our NBA Finals pick. While you're there, check out our store. A lot of great merchandise, including some NFL, college basketball, NBA, and yes, some brand new baseball shirts that are dropping. Make sure you go to our website. Every single day we're dropping new content, new features, new merchandise every single day. Now that said, how did we do yesterday? Before we get into that, before we dive into our results, we always give this disclaimer. Fumble Sports is not a sports book. We're not endorsed by any sports book. We are here to be informative, be helpful, talk sports with you guys, but if you do need help, there are places you can go. But we use a number of websites or places with good analytics and research, and that way we can always provide you with information as you watch your sporting events, and that way you can be as entertained as possible, as well informed as possible, and that way you can make the most of your viewing experience. Now, with that said, as always, we review the results of our previous show, of our show yesterday, to make sure you guys know we don't hold anything back. And for those that may be new, the picks that we give out throughout the show, they're not from my gut. They're not because I love a favorite team or a certain player. We follow trends. We try to find the best trends based on data and analytics, and that way you guys are as informed as possible, as I mentioned a moment ago. How did we do overall yesterday? We gave out a ton of picks, let's just say that. So, to our results from yesterday, June 11th, 20-16, could have been better. Frankly, where we really got hurt was our in-show plays. In-show plays yesterday really burned us. Our pre-show research was really good. It actually did a majority of the cashing for us. But a lot of the picks that were recommended by viewers that we tailed didn't go as well as we would have liked. There probably is a lesson in there. We'll take it for today, learn a little bit, and try to be better for today. MLB prop bets did well. MLB game picks went okay. The Oakland Athletics, frankly, are starting to hurt us a little bit. Houston Astros disappointed, as did the Blue Jays. Kevin Gausman gave up way too many runs for us. That said, we did cash on the WNBA. Can't speak for everybody, Candyman, but we did cash on the WNBA. Candyman did cash on the over in that WNBA game, but he had 9 points on the Wings and Liberty. We had 9.5, and that's one of the things we talk about frequently on our show, is you want that hook in your favor. You want that half a point in your favor. Worked out for us. The hook was in our favor, so we cashed on our one WNBA play. Long ball, long shots went 0 for 7. Disappointing. We actually did well on, I forgot to put this up here, we did well on steals, though. We did well on steals. We went 2 for 5 on our steals of the day, players we think are going to get a stolen base. So actually, we did pretty well on that. Celebrity shots of the day, dead the hell even. 4-4-1. We did have a push. As I mentioned, the push came from Candyman. He had the Wings +9. It was 9-point difference, so he pushed on that. That's why you want the hook in your favor. But we did have a couple misses here. We'd like to get some more celebrity shots up on the board that are cashing each day. So make sure if you guys want to have your favorite pick of the day thrown up on our big board, we keep track of it, your records, all those members of the show that watch every day, we keep track of your record. If you want to be up on the big board today, make sure you share your favorite pick of the day with us. If you want to do that, throw in the comment section my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot, and we will throw it up on our big board. Steven, so good to see you. Wonderful to have you watching the show today. Top Dog already has his celebrity shots thrown up on the big board. Top Dog, we'll get to those in a little bit, but appreciate you viewing and appreciate you jumping right into that comment section. Make sure both of you, Steven and Top Dog, are hitting the like button on our video. Goes a long way in supporting the channel. That said, as always, we clear out the results from yesterday because that's old news and we're about cashing tickets today. So we clear out the results from yesterday and we look towards this Monday, June 12th, to look for ways that we can cash some tickets, perform really good research for you guys. That's really why we're here. We want to make sure that you guys are as well informed as possible, can make the best possible decisions when you're making a pick, when you're building a fantasy team, and that way you're always coming out ahead of the competition. NBA Finals, Game 5 tonight, so we've got a ton of things going on. If you've got questions, throw them in the comments section. Candyman, no WNBA today. Okay, no WNBA today. See you, WNBA. Thought we had a game or two, but no WNBA. Only a few games when it comes to baseball as well. So we're definitely going to be heavily focused on the NBA Finals in our show today. If you guys want help with your your NBA Finals picks, make sure you throw them in the comments section. Already a number of people are bringing up Bruce Brown. Now, just a reminder before we dive into Bruce Brown, just a reminder to everybody, if you want my favorite picks of the day, go onto TikTok, hook us up with that confetti. Every time we get confetti, we give out one of our picks, a pre-show pick that we have loaded up prior to kicking off our show today. So hit us with that confetti, and that's how we give out a pick. Every time we hit 2,000 likes on TikTok Live, we do give out a long ball, long shot of the day. That's a player we think is going to get a home run. And what we've been doing a little bit lately is if you share the channel, which goes a long way in supporting Butt Fumble Sports, we'll give out a player that we think is going to get a stolen base today. So a number of ways in which you can engage with the show, have a lot of fun with us, and of course, that way we can give out some picks, have a lot of fun. Jorge is already asking for one of those picks today. He just shared the channel. So we'll give out our first pick. Stealing is sharing. We're looking for a player who's going to get a stolen base today. At this point, we're taking him every day. Eli De La Cruz. We are taking him every day to get a stolen base. That is becoming an automatic for me. I'm going to ride that until it's no longer a good play. It cashed yesterday, so we are going to ride that play. Let me just jump into Outlier to show you guys what the odds are on that play. So Eli De La Cruz, who is on fire. We're going to get to some of his other notes and stats and props in a moment. But stolen bases, over half a stolen base, 23% high probability. You could get this at plus 330. At this point, that is such a solid play. I'll take Eli De La Cruz to get a stolen base, and I'm not even going to think about it. Obvious play for me. I'm also going to go back to Eli De La Cruz, and I want to look at hits, runs, and RBIs. At this point, I've got to take it. 62%. Really like this one. So Eli De La Cruz over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Throwing that one up on the big board as well. And there you go. We are off and running with our show today. Make sure you guys follow Butt Fumble Sports. Okay, getting to your comments and questions. 808 Blaker, great to see you. 808 Blaker's got the Nuggets tonight. 808 Blaker, let us know if you want that to be your celebrity shot of the night. More than happy to put it up on the big board. Top Dog, starting off early. Butt Fumble Sports celebrity shot. Let's get Top Dog celebrity shot up here. And one of them is a play that I like as well. So it's definitely one in which I'm also going to throw it up on my big board, and we'll dive into it in just 1 second to show a little bit of why we're into it. But the first one that Top Dog likes is Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown over, and he's taking over half a three-pointer, and I am right there with him. I am right there with him. I'm throwing this one up on my big board as well. Bruce Brown over half a three-pointer made. Let's dive into why this is such a strong play. So let's go to Outlier. And let's look at the NBA props for Bruce Brown. And specifically, three-pointers. Strong implied probability, 68%. 4 out of the last 5, 9 out of the last 10, and every game he's played against the Miami Heat. Look at how consistent against the Miami Heat. 6 straight games against the Heat, he's hit a three-pointer. Again, if we expand it out just to recent playoff performances, 9 out of the last 10. This is a no-brainer for me. So for all of those that are watching, this is a very high confidence level play for me. Bruce Brown over half a three-pointer made. Definitely one I like. Top Dog's put it up on his big board as a celebrity shot of the day. Great call by Top Dog. The other one that Top Dog is taking, remember, everyone, you get 2 picks. Your favorite 2 picks go up on the big board. If you have a celebrity shot of the day, just write in the comment section my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot, and we will throw it up on the big board. Bruce Brown was the first one. Rays, first 5. And you have them half a run on the run line. So minus half a run. So Top Dog is up there on the big board with his celebrity shot. Again, Bruce Brown over half a three-pointer made, and the Rays having at least a 1-run lead through the first 5 innings of their game. We're not necessarily going to go with the Rays in the first 5 innings. I'll get to them in a little bit. But I do love Bruce Brown to hit a three-pointer. And I've also thrown up on the big board already Eli De La Cruz to get a steal. Eli De La Cruz to get over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Joe Warner. Joe Warner is just shared the channel. Thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate you doing that. Want to give out another player for a stolen base play of the day. And again, it cashed for us yesterday. We're going to go back to the well. We're going to go Corbin Carroll. Corbin Carroll. Again, I want to show you guys what you're getting on that play so you guys can see how attractive a play it is for you. Corbin Carroll. Stolen bases. 24% implied probability. You could get it at plus 320. Love the exchange there. So that's a really strong play. Also looking at hits, runs, and RBIs, just like we did with Eli De La Cruz. Love it. And again, if I think they're going to get a stolen base, it means I like them to get on base, and I like them to get into scoring position, which means they could be driven in. So hits, runs, and RBIs and stolen base usually pair pretty well together. Something you want to consider for the future. But Corbin Carroll over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs is another play that we like. If you guys are watching on Instagram Live right now, you are getting the behind-the-scenes view with the green screen behind me. If you want to see the research that we're doing live on our screen, on our computer, you can go over to our YouTube channel, Butt Fumble Sports. You can watch the entire show live, all of our research, all of the picks, everything thrown up on the screen in front of you. That way you guys can follow along, keep track of everything. Love having you on Instagram Live, but if you want an expanded experience, go over to YouTube, a great viewing experience there. Again, to all of those who are watching, no matter the platform, welcome into Butt Fumble Sports. We're live every single day for 2 hours, doing exactly this. Looking at sporting events across the world, which plays we like, which things stand out from a storyline perspective, doing research behind it, whether you want to bet it, play fantasy on it, or you just want to be a well-informed sports fan once the game commences. We're here for all of it. Okay, let's get into some of the research. By the way, Dante, good morning to you. Great shout out to Dante. Cullen has a celebrity shot that we want to throw up on the big board. Cullen, welcome back to the show. Dante's also got a celebrity shot, so we'll show that one as well. So, Cullen, your celebrity shot is Rays minus 1.5. And you are also taking the Texas Rangers first 5 run line. So Rangers first 5, and again, minus the half a run. So interesting. Got some plays up on the board from those folks who are watching on TikTok Live, YouTube, and Instagram. We'll get into some more of the research around some of the things you guys are throwing in the comment section in 1 second. But also want to throw up Dante's celebrity shot of the day. It's one I'm probably going to tail on this one. So Dante is taking Corey Seager over 1.5 bases. Over 1.5 bases. Let's dive into what Dante just threw out there as his celebrity shot of the day. So we go over and we're going to look at total bases for Corey Seager. I really love Corey Seager's matchup today. Facing Tyler Anderson of the Los Angeles Angels. So looking at total bases, over 1.5 doesn't have the strong implied probability here. Dante's going in a different direction than the strong implied probability. Hasn't been a great trend over the last few games. However, looking at his career stats against Tyler Anderson, he is 3 for 3. He is 3 for 3, so something you want to keep track of. Cullen, love that you are into the celebrity shots of the day. Love you engaging with the show. Corey Seager, I'm not going to take the total bases, but 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs is an automatic for me. Strong implied probability. It's hit the last 2 days. And again, the stats against Tyler Anderson. By the way, how is Corey Seager done against left-handed pitching? You may be surprised. Really good average. Really good average. By the way, we're having a little static on here. So if you're watching on Instagram Live, go over to YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram Live, go over to YouTube to watch the remainder of the show. We're going to jump off Instagram Live. The internet can't handle it. So if you guys want to watch the entire show, go over to YouTube right now. That's Butt Fumble Sports on YouTube. There's a link in your bio. So if you're watching on Instagram Live, go to YouTube, watch it there. We'll see you later, guys. Okay, we're staying live here at our other platforms. So no worries, everybody. No worries. But we were just throwing up on our big board Corey Seager. We're going to take that one as well. It's actually one that I had loaded up prior to the show. So Dante and I have a similar train of thought. The difference is he's going with bases. I'm going over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Bases has the worst implied probability. I'm not saying it won't hit. I'm saying I like my hits, runs, RBIs just a bit more. Kyle Klein. Great to see you. Great to see you, Kyle. Hope you're having a great day. By the way, Top Dog is asking about Tyler Anderson on walks. Let's look into that. By the way, we'll get into plenty of NBA Finals action, so don't worry about it. We've got plenty of show ahead, so if you're here for some NBA Finals research, we've got that ahead as well. Okay, Tyler Anderson, over 1.5 walks. This is a money play. Look at how consistent. 9 out of the last 10 starts that he's had. How about on the road? 5 straight starts. You can put it on the board. Yes, sir. We are taking Tyler Anderson. This is an in-show play, but this is a no-brainer. Tyler Anderson over 1.5 walks allowed. No-brainer here. Tyler Anderson. This is a good call by Top Dog. He asked about it. Great job, Top Dog. You already have your 2 celebrity shots of the day, so we won't add this to it. But this is a good one, everybody. Keep your eye. Tyler Anderson. Again, really strong trend. Look at it on the road. Really strong trend. Really strong. You can't ask for more than this. Sure, he didn't get 2 walks on April 22nd. Other than that, at least 2 walks in every single game. You look at his whip, 1.60. It's even higher against the Texas Rangers in his previous start. Love this play. No brainer for me. Put it on the board. Get those tickets out there. RJ on YouTube is saying Tyler Anderson is a walk machine. RJ, you got that right. RJ, do you want it to be your celebrity shot of the day? If any of you guys want your favorite picks of the day, put up on the screen. We keep track of it. We keep track of your record every single day. Cullen's already put his celebrity shot on the board, so Cullen's trying to move up from 1-1. If you want to join the show and get your picks up on the board, let us know. Just write in the comment section, my celebrity pick, and then whatever the pick is, my celebrity shot, whatever the pick is. Tony says, Marlins money line looks good. Let's look into that. Marlins on the money line. So they're playing Seattle, and interestingly enough, they're the underdog, and it's because of Logan Gilbert. So Luzardo has been outstanding this year. I know the 379 is maybe a bit higher, but this is really strong. I've actually been really impressed by him. He's come on stronger of late. But, oh, it's Miller. It's even worse. So Miller, 3-3, 4.46 ERA. But the strong whip, really strong whip. How have the Marlins done against right-handed pitching? Only Luis Ariz is well. We'll get to Luis Ariz as we always do. I feel like Luis Ariz has become a daily segment at this point. But as for Seattle against left-handed pitching, they've got some guys who are decent hitters. Kelenic actually hits lefties well. Caballero. France. I'm getting his name wrong, by the way. And against Luzardo, not great numbers. Not great numbers, so at least you have that in your favor. This is a tricky one for me. If I had to go in any direction on this, I'd probably lean towards the under. So what's interesting about this game for me is I'm not as confident about the Miami Marlins as Tony on YouTube is, but the under on this game does have my attention. So if I jump back out and I look at, now the over-under set at 7.5. That is yucky. We don't want that. There's no part of 7.5 that we like. But let's look at an alternative line. Under 9. Under 9 at minus 190. Under 9. What's interesting, though, about this is the under 9 has not been as consistent with these two teams. So I'm really banking on the fact that there are two good starting pitchers on the mound today, and that's what's really going to contribute towards the under. But if I'm just looking at their performances over the last 10 games, these two teams have been dead even on the totals. How about if we extend it out? Interestingly enough, still not a strong trend. How about head-to-head? 10 runs scored, 4 runs scored, 14 runs scored. That was all last year, though. This is a tricky one. This may not be as strong a trend. Let's jump over to Covers.com, another website that we use, Covers.com. Let's look for some trends that have us maybe a bit more interested in this Marlins-Mariners game. Now, the Marlins, a lot of strong trends here, but if we jump it over, okay, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why Tony is enthusiastic. There are a lot of trends that suggest the Marlins are a good play against the AL West, allowing 5 runs in a previous game, how they've done in their last 9 overall, interleague record against teams with a losing record, how they've done when the total is set between 7 and 8.5. How about head-to-head? Oh, no head-to-head trends that really stand out. Interesting. The under is the stronger trend according to what we see on Covers. Under when the whip is less than 1.15. The under against right-handed starters in interleague play. The under against left-handed starters in interleague play. Now again, this over relates to the 7 to 8.5, but I don't like that. I mentioned I want the alternative line. If we bumped it up to 9, the Mariners, last 5, if I were to set it there. So I like this one. I'm going to put it up on my big board. It'll be our first game pick of the day for baseball. I am going to make it an in-show research play, and that is going to be Marlins, Mariners, under 9. That's an alternative line. I don't like it at the 9.5. I know you guys usually hear me talk about the hook, but the difference in the minus 225 and the minus 190 is significant enough for me to live on the 9. So everybody really interested by that. Okay, so Tony, you were replying to Steven's celebrity shot. Gotcha. So I didn't notice that. So Steven's celebrity shot, now I understand. Steven, your celebrity shot is the Marlins on the money line. So there you go. Steven, you are up on the big board. That confusion corrected. The Marlins are up on the big board as Steven's celebrity shot of the day. And additionally, we did put Marlins, Mariners, under 9 up on the big board as well. Appreciate all those who are joining us, all those who are watching. If you guys have questions, let us know. Let us know. We are here for all of your picks, all of the research that we can possibly do to help you guys out. So if you have questions, comments, throw them in the chat. We're here for all of it. Now, I did want to talk a little bit about one of the, obviously, the big storylines. Every single day that we've had an NBA game, we have talked about referees and the referee conspiracy theories that go on behind the scenes as the NBA putting its fingers in the pie. As always, I do have those notes for you, so I do want to call out how the referees have done against, reffing these two teams. So the 3 referees for tonight are Mark Davis, David Guthrie, and Josh Tiven. So Mark Davis, when he's reffed the Miami Heat, 2-1 this year, a plus 8.3 point differential. David Guthrie, when he's reffed the Miami Heat, 3-0, with a 5.3 point differential. And then finally, Josh Tiven, the Miami Heat are 2-1. They do have a negative point differential. But overall, combined, the referees for tonight's game, when they have been reffing Miami Heat games this season, the Miami Heat, they're 7-2. So something to keep your eye on. The referees for tonight's game may be a bit in the favor of the Miami Heat, just slightly. On the other side, how have these referees done when they have officiated Denver Nugget games? Mark Davis, 4-1 with a 6.8 point differential, so that's really good. But David Guthrie, 2-2. The point differential, 3.7. And then Josh Tiven, win-loss record of 2-1. So overall, the Miami Heat, when they have these 3 referees on the floor, they're 7-2. On the other side for the Denver Nuggets, they are 8-4. So just something to keep your eye on. We're always keeping track of those kinds of things. Appreciate all of your questions, comments, and of course, make sure you're hitting that like button. Every time we hit 2,000 likes, we give out a long ball, long shot of the day. Those are the players we think are going to hit a home run. We give out a pick when we get confetti in our live goal, so hit us up with that live goal of confetti. We'll give out more of our pre-show picks. Of course, we do our research, and every time you share the channel, we also give you a player we think is going to get a stolen base today. So a lot of ways for you guys to engage in the show. Kyle, do you want to take that as your celebrity shot of the day? Would be a bold one, but Kyle is considering the Heat on the money line today. Very, very interesting. Dante, how do you feel about the Boston Red Sox on the money line today? I actually really like them. If you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, and you check out our blogs, you can check out our favorite MLB plays of the day. This is one of them, so I'm going to throw it up on my big board so you guys can see it. I do like the Red Sox on the money line today, a matchup between the Rockies and the Red Sox. The reason I like this matchup, it's Connor Seabold against James Paxton. You guys know how I feel about Connor Seabold. He is just not a good pitcher. He gives up a lot of runs. He's been home or away. He's just not good. On the other side, James Paxton at home this season has a 2.70 ERA. I know it's a small sample size, only 10 innings pitched. But that said, 2 walks to 17 strikeouts. Opponents only have a 2.11 batting average against him. Plus, the Rockies are 2-7 in their last 9 meetings against the Red Sox in Boston. The Rockies are 2-5 in their last 7 interleague road games. And the Rockies are 1-4 in their last 5 first game of a series. So the last 5 series they've played, they've lost the first game of the series 4 out of the last 5 times. So I do like Red Sox on the money line to answer that question for Dante. So Top Dog is looking at Matt Theus for a strikeout. Interesting. Let's look at it. We are a half hour into our show. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you're hitting that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Goes a long way in supporting the show. Looking at Theus for a strikeout. So over half a strikeout's a phenomenal play. It's just not at good odds. For that reason, I won't throw it up on my big board. But yes, great trend here. How about at home, or how about on the road? Still a good trend. So yes, this is a good play. Just not one I necessarily go with because of the odds, but maybe if you're going with a leg of a parlay. RJ is bringing up, by the way, big shout out to RJ, Kyle, Dante, Top Dog, Steven, Tony, Ryan, Jeff, all of those who are watching on YouTube. Big shout out to all of you. Appreciate you watching the show. Appreciate you joining us. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. So RJ was saying the walk trend for Connor Siebold is a good one at 1.5 as well. Let's look at it. Connor Siebold for walks. So we're looking at walks allowed, 1.5. Interesting that the implied probability actually is leaning towards the under, but let's look at the over. Really strong trend. I'm surprised that the implied probability is working against us on this one. How about on the road? 3 straight games. So a good trend here. Connor Siebold, 6 straight games, 3 straight on the road. This feels like it should be an easy play. Not an easy play, but as in one worth taking. I'm going to throw this one up on our big board as well. I will take Connor Siebold over 1.5 walks allowed. So there you go. Another interesting play. Thanks to our research and the questions that you guys ask. If you're watching on TikTok Live, do not hesitate to throw your questions in the chat. We are here for all of it. So if you have a question, you have a comment, you want to share your celebrity pick of the day, if you're watching on TikTok Live, do not hesitate. We are standing by to help you guys out with everything you need across the world of sports, whatever it is. We love talking sports, whether it's NBA, MLB, NHL, NFL, anything. We are here for all of it. So throw your questions, comments, or celebrity picks in the chat. So what do we think about Jesus Luzardo? One question we got earlier was about Jesus Luzardo. Now, if we're looking at it from an overall runs allowed perspective, I actually have, when it comes to earned runs, under 2.5 is a strong play. I was looking at this one a little bit earlier. Overall, it's been pretty consistent. I know he has a couple starts there that stand out over the last 5, maybe not great. This is on the road. But it's one that has been decently consistent over the past 6. Headed against the Mariners, they've only played once over the last 2 years, so not necessarily something you're jumping on. Now on the other side, how have the Mariners done against Luzardo? We showed you not a lot of stats, just not a lot of sample size and not a lot of stats. So for that reason, I am going to take Jesus Luzardo. I am going to put this one up here as well. And that's going to be Jesus Luzardo under 2.5 earned runs. We don't do a lot of earned run plays, especially when it comes to the under, but I do have my eye on it. Looking at the weather for that game, overall runs could be down. Home runs might be a tick up. So interesting. I'm kind of leaning here on the fact that Jesus Luzardo should be better. Show me, great to see you. Yeah, Show me, we are back live. So great to see you. Welcome back to the show, Show me. If you have celebrity picks or if you have questions, Show me. We're here for all of it. Top Dog on YouTube saying Connor Siebold might not be in too long. You may be right. You may be right. Runs could be scored in that game. Let's look at the over-under in that Red Sox-Rockies game. By the way, after we do that, we will look into that NBA Finals game tonight. So if you're waiting for the NBA Finals, we'll jump into it in a minute. Total set for this Red Sox-Rockies game, 9.5. Not a good play, according to how the two teams have been faring of late. However, let's look at it if we took in an alternative line of, nope, no alternative line there worth taking. I was considering the over on it. Nope, don't like what I'm seeing on the trends, on the odds, on anything. So I'm going to avoid the total play for that Rockies and Red Sox. Now, let's get into, we're going to talk about the Miami Heat game and the Denver Nuggets. Let's get into it. What do we like from this game? I'll put out my pick. It's pretty obvious. I'm taking Denver on the money line. Nuggets on the money line. It doesn't have good trend. It doesn't have good odds to it. It's definitely something you want to add to a parlay. Over under, I'm looking at the under. I'm looking at the under, but I may want to take it up just a tick. I may want to take it up just a tick. Right now it's at 209.5. I may want to move this at under 211.5 is a good play. This is actually one that I might be on a number of these. So under 211.5 at minus 135. Under 212.5 at minus 145. All of these, if I'm minus 200 or better, I might be on all of these. So I'm going to put it up on the board and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm playing it. So Heat, Nuggets, under, and what I would do is I'd ride this. I would start at under 211.5, and I'd double down on it. I'd go under 212.5. I'd go under 213.5. I'd go under 214.5. And again, with all of these, if you're seeing up on the screen, I can get them at better odds at under minus 200. I like all of these. If I'm cashing on under 2.5, if I'm cashing on under 211.5, I'm cashing on the rest of them. So I like that play. I like that play a lot. I like the under tonight, and as you can see, I'm kind of all in on the under. If I like the under at 211.5, I love it across the board. Now, why do I like it at under 211.5? Why do I like that? Let's ask the question. Well, the under's been the stronger play for the two over the last 20, maybe not so much head to head, but just looking in the series, 3 out of the last 4. Now, I understand they split at home, but in the series, the under's been the stronger play. And interestingly enough, the only game in which the over did hit, it's when Miami finally got the win. Do I think Miami's winning tonight? No, I don't. I think what we've seen in the last couple of games is that the Denver Nuggets defense has woken up. That the Denver Nuggets defense is much better now that Michael Malone has gotten them focused on the defensive side of the ball. Michael Malone is letting it be known that if the Nuggets are going to win a championship tonight, it's not going to be on the offensive side of the ball. It's going to be through their defense. One of the things I like about what I'm seeing from them is they're owning the glass. They're rebounding. So not a lot of second chance points, and especially for the Miami Heat, that means no second chance three-pointers. So again, I like the under. I like the Nuggets. It's a no-brainer for me on both. That said, let's look at the spread. So Miami 8.5. Miami 8.5. We've been doing pretty well on our alternative line spreads. If I were to take Miami, plus 11.5 at minus 145 is not a bad play. So if I had to take Miami anywhere, I would take the Heat at plus 11.5. And again, I'm getting that at minus 145. That's a pretty good play. Those are pretty good odds. Now, we do have some breaking news for all of you. Tyler Herro has been upgraded from doubtful to questionable, which means he is expected to suit up for Game 5. This is according to Adrian Wojnarowski, a Woj bomb coming across the NBA. Tyler Herro is expected to be in uniform tonight. They do think he's going to at least attempt a return. We're not quite sure how many minutes. We're not quite sure how productive he's going to be. But Tyler Herro is expected to be playing tonight. So for all of those Miami Heat fans, at least you have a little bit more hope with Herro back. Then again, you were a hot team prior to him, prior to the finals without him. So who knows how Tyler Herro's addition is actually going to impact the game. Okay, so we've just given out a bunch of picks around the NBA game. Again, by the way, if you want any of my pre-show picks that I've done my research on prior to the show, hit our confetti. Hit us up with our live goal. Every time we hit that live goal, every time you give us confetti, for those to ask for some of my picks. Show me my pick, Denver Nuggets and the over 208. So that is Show Me. And again, Show Me is taking Nuggets on the money line and over 208. Over 208. What's interesting, I'm going to put it just to make sure we're all lit, though it seems pretty obvious, but Heat, Nuggets, over 208. Now, that said, Show Me, what's really interesting is I don't hate your 208. I just like my under 211.5. So we could be living right. I hope both of us, I hope the final is 209 tonight. I hope it's a 105, 104 finish. I hope we both cash on it. So a big shout out to Show Me and your celebrity shot of the day. Hope that you are having a lot of fun watching the show. Appreciate you throwing your pick on the big board. And again, Show Me is taking the over 208. I hope we both cash on it, Show Me. So we have a couple more celebrity shots to throw up on the board. By the way, I love that you guys have gotten into this. I love that you guys are engaging with us and adding your picks to the show every day. A lot of fun getting to hear what you guys are into. Mike Oxlong. Mike Oxlong's picking one that we really like, so we'll get to it in a moment. But Mike Oxlong, welcome to the annual or the routine daily part of our show in which we talk about Luis Arraez. And he's taking over half a single. Mike Oxlong, I don't know if that's from your own thinking or you watching the show enough, but we love Luis Arraez over half a single. We'll get to that in a minute. Mike Oxlong is also asking about, or is also picking Julio Rodriguez over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. We're going to dive into both of these. Kyle's having some fun with us saying, long shot, long score, place 105, 104 score. That feels a little too on the nose for me. By the way, if I thought it was going to actually end at 209, I wouldn't take it at 105, 104. I would find another score to take it at. But Kyle, love that you're having fun with us. Love that you're in the comments section. Kyle, big shout out to you. Okay, Mike Oxlong just threw up his celebrity shot of the day, Luis Arraez and Julio Rodriguez. We're going to look into those really quick, and then I'm going to get to Candyman's celebrity shot of the day. So Candyman, don't go anywhere. But Luis Arraez, every single day we talk about this guy. He's hitting over 400. He is one of the best stories of the baseball season so far. And when you're hitting over 400, we're looking at you every single day. So just keep in mind, bases, not necessarily a good play. Hits, runs, and RBIs, that is a good play. That was actually the one I was going to take. So I'll throw it up on my big board as we continue to do our research around Mike Oxlong's play. Luis Arraez over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. I could see him getting 2 hits, and that gets you there, so that's part of the reason I like it. Even if he doesn't score, not going to run, I could see him getting 2 hits. Let's look at overall hits. 1.5. Not the strong implied probability, but that's okay. We're on the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. But singles. 66% on the single. I like this one as well. Again, this is one that Mike Oxlong is taking. I'm following it as well. Over half a single. He's just not a doubles hitter. He is someone who gets singles, as you can see. That is so consistent. 9 out of the last 10. How about in the last 20 games? Incredibly consistent. 16 of the last 20 games. That is fantastic production from him. Really like that play. Really like that play. We have another celebrity shot to get to. By the way, before we do, actually, I want to look at Julio Rodriguez. Let's look at Julio Rodriguez really quick. So Julio Rodriguez, hits, runs, and RBIs, 1.5. Interesting, not a strong implied probability here. Trend, bit of hit or miss against Luzardo. 0 for 2 lifetime against left-handed pitching. Only a 261 average for Julio Rodriguez. So actually, this one doesn't catch my attention. Doesn't get my attention. So for that reason, I'm not going to play this one. I'm not going to play it. I'll sit on this one. I'll avoid it. But that's not what Mike Oxlong's doing. Mike Oxlong's taking Julio Rodriguez. By the way, Macy, thank you so much for the confetti. Thank you so much. We will give out a pick in just 1 second. Yeah, Machado blew me up yesterday. I agree with you. Mike Oxlong, yeah, we call that some lawn. We call that some lawn. So, Drew, I know we've got a bunch of questions that we got, but first I want to get Candyman's. Maybe Candyman's, yeah, let's get that in there. So, Mariners, Marlins, and Candyman, you are taking one that is another one that I like as well. So, this is a celebrity shot that actually I had preloaded up on my big board as well. So, we are taking Candyman. Candyman is taking Marlins, Mariners, no run in the first inning. And I'm doing the same. It's actually something that I had prior to the show as well. Now, I like the under in the game, so it kind of matched it as well. But Marlins, Mariners, Marlins, Mariners, no run in the first inning. No run in the first inning. So that is Candyman Celebrity Shot of the Day. If you want your celebrity pick thrown up on the big board, let us know. We will put it up here. Having a lot of fun with you guys throughout the entirety of the show. Okay, Drew is asking about Jimmy Butler under 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Jimmy Butler, points, rebounds, and assists. By the way, don't go anywhere. We're going to pay off that confetti in a second with a pick. So make sure you guys are staying with us. After we do our research on Jimmy Butler, I will give out a pick. Points, rebounds, and assists. Interesting. So you're looking at the under 39.5. The line I'm seeing is set at 38.5. Has the stronger implied probability. Hasn't been a strong play in the series. Has not been a strong play in the series. And even though it did hit last game at the 38.5, that would not have cashed on your 39.5. So we can see this as a very poor play of late. On the road, how is it done? Not a good play of late. That's head-to-head against the Nuggets. How about overall? Really not consistent. How about on the road? Not consistent. So if I had to go in any direction on this, first of all, I would avoid it. It's not a play I like. Look at the line movement on this one. Interesting. It opened at 41.5, has moved down to 38.5. So clearly money's been coming down on the under throughout the last day or two. So keep your eye on that. That does make it a bit more appealing on the over. I do like a reverse line movement. When I see a line jump from 41.5 down to 38.5, there are times I like to jump on the over. We talk about it a lot. It's a way in which I can either fade the public or I can get it at better odds. So 38.5 is interesting. I'm not going to touch this one. Doesn't appeal to me. Not going to play with it. And the reason for that is I don't know what Jimmy Butler we're going to get tonight. This is an elimination game. Jimmy Butler should be playoff Jimmy, but we really haven't seen him like that, especially because the Denver Nuggets have really played him really well, using Aaron Gordon on him effectively. I also think Jeff Green at times has done okay. And part of it is when Butler in this series, okay, he got his points, but then he's weak on assists. Okay, he gets his assists, but he's not scoring as frequently. Rebounds, I certainly don't have faith in that because the Nuggets have been dominating the glass. So for a number of reasons, I'm not touching this play. Drew 73.82, probably one I want to avoid. Let's throw up another celebrity shot of the day, and then I'll give out another pick. This is Tito's Full Send. Welcome back to the show, Tito's Full Send. Great to see you today. Your celebrity shot is Heat Nuggets under 9.5, under 209.5. So by the way, for all of those who have been with us throughout the show, we could have a lot of cashing tickets at 209 points scored tonight. Show Me could cash on his over 208. Tito's Full Send could cash on the under 209.5. And for those who watched a moment ago, I liked not just the under 211.5. I'm actually taking it at 4 different places because all of these are under minus 200 odds. They shift from about minus 130 to about minus 175. I love the fact I can get all of these at pretty good odds. Hey, if I like it at under 211.5, I like it at under 214.5. So I'm all on that under. So love the call by Tito's Full Send. Great call. appreciate that. And of course, if you're watching on TikTok Live, hit the like button as many times as you can. We haven't given out a long ball long shot of the day yet. We haven't hit 2,000 likes yet. So I'm kind of surprised. We usually are giving those out quite frequently. So hit that like button. Let's get up to 2,000 likes, and let's give out a long ball long shot of the day. Drew 7382. We dropped some breaking news a little while ago. Tyler Herro will be playing tonight. How many minutes, we don't know, but he is suiting up. We do expect him to at least give it a go, so we will see. We will see. Okay, I have a pick to give out. We've just hit 2,000 likes because you guys are awesome and know how to come through. So we're going to give out 2 picks right now. I'm going to give out an NBA player prop bet, and then I'm going to give out a long ball long shot of the day. We have already touched on Bruce Brown, over half a three-pointer made. I am also going to take Bruce Brown over half a steal. Over half a steal. And I'm going to show you guys why. Bruce Brown over half a steal. Now again, this is something I've done pre-show with our research. Look at the implied probability, 67%. Look at how it's done lately. It's actually been pretty consistent in the series. 3 out of the last 4 games, both games at home it hit. Now that's head-to-head against the Heat. How about overall in the playoffs? Pretty good actually. 7 out of the last 10. If I look at it when the Nuggets have been at home, 4 out of the last 5. So again, this is a minus 205. Not great, but not bad. I'll take Bruce Brown over half a steal. That's the pick we just gave out. Thank you so much to Macy Toru for the confetti, the marvelous confetti. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, and of course, make sure you guys are hitting that confetti. Every time we get the confetti, we give out a pick. Tito's Full Send has another pick they want to put up on the big board. Remember, you only get 2, so here is Tito Full Send's other celebrity shot of the day. Marlins, Mariners, he is going to take the under 7.5. Now again, we looked at this one earlier. We recommended taking it an alternative line at under 9, but Tito's Full Send is going under 7.5. Doesn't mean I don't like the under 7.5. I just want that little bit of security on the under 9. So like where your head's at, Tito's Full Send. We're on a bunch of the similar trends today. Mike Oxlong wants to ask about the under 4.5 hits for Jesus Luzardo. Again, I'm going to give out a long ball, long shot of the day after we do this. So, Jesus Luzardo. So, interestingly enough, if we look at hits allowed, so the over has the stronger implied probability here, interestingly enough. You wouldn't think it's a good play, but because we think we like him on under earned runs and we like on the under, but the over's the stronger play, and here's why. Yes, his last 2 starts have been better, and I alluded to he's been better in his last couple starts, but prior to that it had been very consistent. Now here's what we want to take away from this graph, from this chart. Here's what's important, and this is what everyone wants to be paying attention to. This is what we all want you guys to be paying attention to. Where were these last 2 games? They were at home. How about on the road this year? Cash. We call this a lawn. That's so much green we call it a lawn. 5 games in a row on the road this year. In fact, every game on the road this year he's allowed over 4.5 hits. I know. Not great. The Mariners don't have great numbers against him. I understand that. I understand I like the under-earned runs allowed. I understand I like the no runs allowed in the first inning. But every road game so far this year, he's allowed over 4.5 hits. Now, yesterday, we didn't have as good a day as we could have. Going back to our results yesterday, we did okay in our player prop bets. But funny enough, yesterday, a number of the things we missed came in show research plays. And it had me thinking today, do I want to jump at the trends that I see, or do I want to hold back? We've been doing so well on our pre-show research picks. Do I want to continue to put some of our in-show picks up on the big board? Are those leading to some losses? However, we got to trust the trends. We have to trust the trends. When we see data that shows us something, we got to believe in it. we have to go with the data. So for me, I am going to throw this one up on the big board. Hopefully our in-show plays do better today. But Jesus Luzardo, I'm going to go over 4.5 hits allowed. I know I'm going to be sweating it. I actually think one of the things that I may like on this one could be that he does pitch well enough to maybe go 6 innings, and therefore it gets there. I understand 4.5. You guys may be sweating it. It may not be one you like. I'm actually not encouraging it too much, but I am putting it up on my big board. It's a good trend. I got to follow the trends. Bryce Miller, first to earn a run head-to-head versus Luzardo. Mike Oxlong, tie off that tube and hit the vein, buddy. That is some intense D-Gen play right there. Not one I'm necessarily looking at. If you had to, I'd probably say yes, Miller gives up a run first. But damn, Mike Oxlong is really hitting the vein hard today. Okay, we got a long ball, long shot of the day to give out while Mike Oxlong returns from his nod off from hitting that vein too hard. Okay, now let's give out a long ball, long shot of the day. I'm going to go with an obvious one. I'm going Mike Trout. Let's dive into why I like Mike Trout to hit home run today. So, to hit a home run, Mike Trout, 24% implied probability. We really like it. Anytime a home run or a stolen base is above 20%, it's actually a good implied probability. You could get it at plus 320. He is going up against Dane Dunning today. Dane Dunning, and lifetime in his career, he's got fantastic stats against him. So there you see Mike Trout, lifetime against Dane Dunning. 375 average, 2 home runs, couple RBIs. Love what I'm getting from Mike Trout there. So again, I will put Mike Trout for a home run. He only has 1 over his last 10 games. Doesn't bother me in the least. Home runs aren't one in which I'm looking for too many over a short period of time. Not necessarily something that concerns me. But I'm also going to look at total bases. Not a good play. But what about hits, runs, and RBIs? Wow, they set it at 2.5. Those cheeky bastards. So if this were at 1.5, I would love the play. Don't like it at 2.5. Let's look at runs. One thing we've been doing more of is I've been looking at over half a run. If I like Mike Trout to hit a home run, maybe one I like him to also score a run. This isn't a great play. There aren't great trends on it, so I'm not going to put it up on the board. But if you wanted to take Mike Trout, because 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs is what the line's set at, so we can't really take it there. Total bases, over half a run might be a good play for you. Hits, it's 1.5. That's not a good play. I wouldn't want to take a single, double. Doesn't appeal to me. So maybe the only other one, RBIs, not necessarily a good one. So the only one that actually has my attention would be runs. So I'm not going to put it up on my screen, but talking through my analysis with you guys, I am considering the over half a run. Not going to do it, but I am taking Trout up on my big board to hit a home run today against Dane Dunning, who he absolutely rakes against. Okay, Candyman, you're asking about over 5.5 hits allowed by Luke Weaver. Let's look into it. By the way, if you guys want more of my picks today, how do we give out our picks? Every time we get a gift of the confetti on TikTok Live, we give out a pick that we have. By the way, I have at least 9 more NBA player prop bets to give out. So hit that confetti, drive that up. We'll give out picks every time. And every time we hit 2,000 likes, we give out a long ball, long shot of the day like we did just now. Now, we are going to Luke Weaver. Luke Weaver, and specifically you were asking about hits allowed. So the over doesn't have the stronger implied probability here. I know on the trends it looks good, but again, look at the teams that he was giving up the hits against. Dodgers, Red Sox, Yankees. These are 3 of the better offenses in baseball when they're on. So, and by the way, the Marlins, as we know from Luis Arraez, he's good for a hit or 2 a game. So I actually have respect for the offenses that he's given up these hits against. Even extending it back, Padres, Rangers, every time he's gone over 5.5 hits, it's been against one of the better offenses. So really interesting there. Now, how about on the road? 3 games in a row it has gone over. Now, the reason I'm bringing up that opponent and what we think of them is because he's going up against the Kansas City Royals. Not the caliber of offense as the Dodgers, Red Sox, Yankees, even the Marlins, and certainly the Padres and the Rangers. So for a number of reasons, may want to be a little careful on this. Now, if we do look at how the Royals have done lifetime against Weaver, there are a couple hitters with decent numbers. Salvador Perez has a home run. Olivares, 1 for 2 with a RBI. Candyman, this is a tough play for me. I lean slightly towards the over. I don't put it up on my big board, but this feels like a bit of a trap play. I wouldn't touch this one. This is a tricky one for me. I wouldn't touch it. However, I do kind of have my eye on one player I like in this game beyond Salvador Perez. We'll talk about him a little bit later. But first, I want to look at Nick Pratto over 1.5 bases. Oh, it's over half a base. Bingo. Bingo. That's what we like in this one. That's what I like in this one. Candyman, his last 2 games against the Royals, he allowed 7 in both games. Interesting stat, Candyman. Candyman, if you like Luke Weaver over 5.5 hits, I'm not going to talk you out of it. Just not a play that I'm going to endorse or put on my big board. Not going to talk you out of it, but an interesting idea. Nick Pratto over half a hit. That I will take. The lefty-righty matchup. Nick Pratto, 8 hits in his last 10 games. That's an easy one for me. So, Nick Pratto over half a base. Going to throw that one up on our big board. Okay, everybody, welcome to Butt Fumble Sports. If you're new to the show, we are 1 hour into our show. We are live every single day for 2 hours. So make sure, no matter the platform you're watching on, TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, or on Kick, make sure that you hit that follow button. Make sure you follow Butt Fumble Sports every single day. We give out picks, we do research, we talk to you guys about how to bet, how to build fantasy lineups, and of course, we just rant about sports every single day for 2 hours. Make sure as well that you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. If you want to check out my DFS lineup for the day, you can go find it on our website, as well as my favorite MLB plays of the day, hitters who have great history against the starting pitchers they'll be facing, and we do have our NBA Finals Game 5 pickup on our website, so make sure you go there. You can also go to our store, get some great merchandise. Check out the shirts that we've dropped over the last couple of days. These new batting stance shirts, some of the best batting stances, iconic stances in baseball history. Go check those out on our website, buttfumblesports.com. And finally, if you guys want to contact us, make sure you go to our website. We are looking for people to join this team. Butt Fumble Sports is always looking for people who want to join the sports media industry, but they don't necessarily know how to get there. So if you love talking sports, if you've always wanted to work in sports media, but you don't have nepotism on your side, you didn't get the internship that you wanted out of college, life took over, you had a wife, you had kids, you had responsibilities, but you love talking sports, and you love to find a way to make it a part of your life day to day, reach out to Butt Fumble Sports. We are a sports content company by sports fans, for sports fans, to try to help sports fans actually enter into the sports media community. We want to democratize sports media, and that's one of the reasons we do Celebrity Shots of the Day. A lot of the people that contribute to our website, they used to be just like you. Viewers, contributors, now they're turning over a new leaf, and they're actually giving it a shot. So if you guys want to join the team, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. Reach out. We are here for you guys. Make sure you never feel like you have to be in silence or you're only talking sports with us when we're live. We are here all the time for you guys. That said, these are the picks we like so far today. They're up on our big board. We have put a couple of home run picks up on the... we have put one home run pick up on the screen. When we hit 4,000 likes, we'll give out another home run pick. Couple players we think are going to get a stolen base today, and your celebrity shots of the day. If you want your favorite picks, you get two. You get two. If you want your 2 favorite plays of the day put up on the screen, we keep track of them every day with a record. put in the comment section my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot, and we'll get that on the big board so you can be a part of the show every single day. Okay, Mike Oxlong, thank you so much for hitting us up with the music, the TikTok, the weights. You're just hitting it. Thank you so much, Mike Oxlong. Your question was about Sean Murphy. Austin Riley and Sean Murphy, both over half a single. Very interesting, or as they say south of the border, muy interesante. So let's look at Austin Riley over half a single. So the implied probability here is dead even on both sides. So Mike Oxlong, we're looking at both of these. Over half a single for Austin Riley and for Sean Murphy. We looked at Riley, now Murphy. So Murphy's got the better. Not a good trend. How have they done? Okay, the left. So the Tiger starter, we don't know who it is. Does anybody know who the Tito's full send? Yes, it is. Tito's full send. You're right here. You're 2-1. Don't worry, Tito's. You're up there. And Tito's, you've already given out your 2 celebrity shots. No more for you. So, Mike Oxlong, the answer is, if we look at Sean Murphy, we don't know who the starting pitcher is for the Tigers. It makes me a little nervous. I don't really want to give out advice around a mystery pitcher. Hasn't been that strong a trend of late. Yes, the implied probability is there. But if I'm taking it at over, I don't like the singles here. Why don't I just take a hit? Take over half a hit. Don't take a single. A single is a risk. So, Mike Oxlong, one of the things we do here is we're trying to lessen the risk. We're trying to bring that risk level down. Why take over half a single? We don't know who the pitcher is. A single is a risk unto itself. It's a limited option, but over half a hit, he could get a home run, a single, a double, a triple, and this is cashing. Maybe you don't like the minus 270. Maybe that's why you were taking it at the single so you could get it minus 120, but you're paying for that risk. And there's not a lot of reason for me to actually buy into it. If I look at total bases, 1.5 bases isn't a good play. Hits, runs, and RBIs, that is a really strong play at 60% implied probability. But again, I don't know who the starting pitcher is. If anybody finds out who the starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers is, let us know. I would like Sean Murphy if I knew who it was. I just don't know who it is, and that way it kind of just holds me back a little bit from taking it. But Mike Oxlong, if I were to take anything, Sean Murphy over 1.5 hits has my attention, hits, runs, and RBIs. But if I were going to do anything, over half a hit. Over half a hit. Now let's look at Austin Riley. Same idea. Austin Riley, you're asking about over half a single. Now, it's been a better play. Not really, actually. Hasn't been a good play. I don't know why we like this. I don't know why we like this. 3 games in a row he hasn't had a hit. Hasn't had a single, rather. Sure, he had singles in the series against the Mets. I don't get it. Hit. Let's look at hits. 1.5 hits. Okay. Don't like that. What about bases? 1.5 bases. Don't like that. Hits, runs, and RBIs. It's 2.5. Okay. Now I understand the half a single. Austin Riley half a single makes a bit more sense to me, but when it comes to Sean Murphy, I don't feel the same way. However, with all of this, I want to know who the pitcher is for the Tigers before I put my confidence behind it. Okay, bro, thank you for sharing the channel. Because you shared the channel, we are going to give out another player we think is going to get a stolen base today. So for all of those that are watching, make sure you're paying attention. We are looking for players we think are going to get a stolen base today. And the way we're going to do that is I want to look to Razzball. So pitchers who allow most stolen bases, we're going to go to Razzball. I've given out the 2 I had my eye on immediately. So I'm just going to slowly try and peek. Is there a starting pitcher today who gives up a lot of stolen bases? The answer is not really today. This is actually, here's one. James Caprielian, who's pitching today for the Oakland A's. So that's one, and he is going up against the Tampa Bay Rays. So actually the one I'd probably go with here is Wander Franco. Wander Franco to get a stolen base. Now let's look at Wander Franco because I like him a couple different ways today. Wander Franco over a stolen base. Great implied probability at 26%. So really like that play right there. Additionally, I could get it at plus 285. Not crazy consistent, but I like that actually he's had 4 over the last 10 games. Pretty good. Now, I mentioned this a moment ago. James Caprielian. This dude is a flamin' bag. A flamin' bag of dog poop. 7.21 ERA. A 13.50 ERA against the Rays. This dude is a flamin' bag of poop. So with that said, Wander Franco's 1 for 3 with a 1 average. Not great for Franco. We probably have a couple other players in the Rays we like more. We'll get to those in a minute. But additionally, I do like Wander Franco on another player prop bet. If I think he's going to get a stolen base, I think he's going to get on base. So, let's look at total bases. 1.5. Again, don't like it. Hits, runs, and RBIs. That I do. 59% implied probability. If I think he's going to get 59% implied probability. If I think he's going to get on base, I like him to either knock in a run or to score a run. I'm also going to throw this one up on the big board. Wander Franco over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. So that's another play that I like. Someone on YouTube has been asking about Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 hits. Over 1.5 hits rarely attracts me at all. I don't like usually 1.5 hits. You're asking for a big day from him. See, look at the implied probability there, 71%. Don't know why that would get me excited, so not one that I'm crazy about. How about hits, runs, and RBIs? It's set at 2.5, too bad. How about total bases? 1.5, too bad. Because Shohei Ohtani, how about runs scored? We talked about this earlier. Over half a run scored I actually do like, and I'm going to bring this one up. So I'm going to put Shohei Ohtani over half a run scored. Over half a run. And the reason I'm doing it, we have, how many likes do we have? Are we getting close? For all of those, make sure you're hitting that like button. Let's get up to 4,000 likes right now. Because as you guys know what I want to put up here. I want to put Shohei Ohtani. I think Trout and Ohtani could both go yard tonight. They could both go yard tonight. So I have my eye on that. Now, if I look at Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run tonight, implied probability is 25%. Against Dane Dunning, again, left-handed, lefty-righty matchup. Ohtani doesn't have great numbers against him. That's the only thing that's holding me back. But against right-handed pitching, he's crushing. And he's got a home run in 3 of his last 6 games. So I am going to take Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run tonight. And that'll pay off when we hit 4,000 likes. Tito's Full Send is asking, do I like the Angels on the money line, given how I'm taking the Angels to score some runs against the Texas Rangers? And the answer is no, I don't. No, I don't. And that is because the starting pitching matchup, Tyler Anderson against Dane Dunning, I actually don't have as much, I have more confidence in Dane Dunning than I do against Tyler Anderson. Keep in mind, Texas hitters against Tyler Anderson are hitting well too. One player that's hitting really well against him, Jonah Heim. Let's look into him because that's actually a player that I like for a prop bet. So let's go to Heim. Oh. And we'll go to Jonah Heim. And here, bases, 1.5, no. Hits, runs, and RBIs, yes. 57% implied probability. This is one I actually had loaded up prior to the show. So Jonah Heim over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. He rakes against Dane Dunning. Rakes against him. He's in my DFS lineup. Definitely a player you want to keep your eye on. Mike Oxlong is asking about Paredes over half a base. That could be a really good play today. If you're getting it at over half, that might be a great play. Paredes, bases, wow. Over half a base. Interesting. Again, facing a bad pitcher. He's 0 for 1 lifetime. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Against right-handed pitching, how is he done? Oh, man, not as good as I wanted. 242. All right, I'm talking myself out of this one. Mike Oxlong, I'm going to talk myself out of this one. I do like it. I'm just not going to put it up on my big board. 4 out of the last 5. Oh, this is a tough one for me. I like it, but I'm not going to put it up on my big board. But I do like it, Mike Oxlong. I do like it. Let's look at some other Rays, though. Yandy Diaz. Over half a base? Nope. How about hits? 1.5? Nope. Hits, runs, and RBIs. There it is. Yandy Diaz. Going to him again. We'll put him next to Wander Franco. A couple teammates hanging out together. Yandy Diaz over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. For all those who are watching on YouTube, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. It goes a long way in supporting us. But want to give a big shout out to all those viewing on YouTube. RJ, Kyle, Ryan, Top Dog, Steven, Mark, Jeff, Haley, Tony. Appreciate Dante, Kyle Klein. Appreciate all of you guys watching. And again, if you guys are watching on TikTok Live, you do have the extra heavy lifting. Make sure you hit that live goal. We want to get up to our live goal. I am waiting to give out a ton of picks. I've got a bunch of NBA player props to give out. So make sure you're hitting that like button. And make sure you give us the gift of our confetti on TikTok Live. Again, every time we get the confetti, we give out an NBA player prop bet. We give out a pick. I would love to drop a bunch of those right now. Okay, Marlins Mariners, no run in the first inning, 1 unit. Yes, good thinking, Tito's full send. Good call. Candyman, you're asking about Caleb Martin over half a steal. Would love to give out some more of the picks I had loaded up before the show. Give us that confetti. Let's rain confetti. Let's give out a bunch of those picks. Would love to be able to do that. Let's go to Caleb Martin. I have a bunch of Caleb Martin picks, but I'm holding back on the confetti. Looking at steals. So over half a steal. We banked on this last game. We cashed. We bet it last game, but it missed. But we did bet it last game. It had been consistent 4 games in a row. That's why I liked it. What's interesting is this is head-to-head against Denver. If I'm looking at overall, it's been a pretty good play. So I do put it back on the big board tonight. It didn't cash last game, but I will return to the well. Caleb Martin over half a steal. Here's the only concern about this one. The only reason I'm a little bit wary of this one is in putting Kevin Love in the lineup, it has impacted negatively Caleb Martin's minutes. That's the only thing that has me a little bit concerned. Once again, guys, we would love if you guys gave us our live goal. Once we get our live goal, we give out a pick. Would love to be able to drop a ton of picks on you guys. I am sitting on some tickets here that I'd love to throw out there, so make sure you hit that confetti. Mike Oxlong, Bobby Witt Jr. over half a steal. Over 1.5 if he gets a steal. Let's look at Bobby Witt Jr. on half a steal. I love that idea. Great thinking there. Let's look at it. So Bobby Witt Jr. to get a steal. Implied probability here is 25%. Really strong. Pretty good over the last 10 games. Now, my only concern is, let's look at Luke Weaver. So Luke Weaver, oh, there you go. Mike Oxlong, way to come through right here. Luke Weaver this season, or this is since 2019, so we got to make sure we accurately give you the date on it. Stolen bases against him, 8-0. 8-0. Now, he doesn't have a ton of stolen bases against him, but I do like the track record. So I'll put it up on the big board as well. Let's add this one to the big board. Bobby Witt Jr. Great call. Love where your head's at. Bobby Witt. This is an in-show play. I gotta call it right. I can't be cheating on you guys. Bobby Witt Jr. Love that idea. Love that call. Mike Oxlong. Great call by you. So Mike Oxlong was also asking about Bobby Witt Jr. on another player prop bet. Total bases, 1.5, no. Hits, 1.5, no. Hits, runs, and RBIs, over 60%. Over 60%. We're going to ride with it. We're going to ride with it. By the way, big shout out to Tito's Full Send. Ding dong, you found, or bing bong, you found the Twitch. You found Butt Fumble Sports on Twitch. Welcome to another platform that we're streaming on. Tito's Full Send, great to see you on Twitch. But we're also going to throw Bobby Witt Jr. up here. Bobby Witt Jr. over 1.5 hits. Plus runs, plus RBIs. There you go. Great call by Mike Oxlong. Again, I have a ton of NBA picks I'd love to drop on you guys. Hit us up with that confetti. Hit us up with our live goal. I have so many I want to give out. Oh, how about Witt on over half a single? Could we find that as well? Over half a single. Strong implied probability. 7 out of the last 10 games. Against Weaver. No stats. Against right-handed pitching. Here's the problem with the over half a single. 222 average. I like him to score a run, hit, and an RBI, but at average has me a little worried about it, so I'm not going to take the over half a single, Mike Oxlong. Candyman, like where your head's at. Good call. Will Benson over 1.5 total bases. I see value. Let's go to Will Benson. By the way, Will Benson? Will Benson? And you were asking about over 1.5 total bases. I'm seeing it over half a base. That is a good play. Will Benson over half a base. It's been pretty good. 6 out of the last 8 against Greinke lifetime. No stats against right-handed pitching this year. Benson has a 250 average, not great on the road. I would take over half a base. I'll throw it up here. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm not going to throw it up here. I'm not going to throw it up on the big board. This is one where I've learned my lesson from yesterday. I do like it, but I'm not going to throw it up on the big board. Will Benson, I do like it, but being a bit hesitant. Trust the system. You called it right yesterday. Trust the system. You got it right. Astros really busted on me yesterday. You nailed it, Trust the System. Good call. Trust the System. Do you have a favorite pick of the day? If you do, write my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick in the comments section. We'll throw it up on the big board. That way you can get credit for it. So Trust the System. Let us know. Do you have a favorite pick of the day? If so, write my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot. Throw it in the comment section, and we will add it to the big board. That way everyone can see it, and we can keep track of it throughout the course of our shows. So we have about a half hour left of our show. We have about a half hour left of the show. Again, really low on the confetti today. Low on the picks. Not giving out as many of the player prop bets. Not as giving out the picks that I like today. Too bad. You guys are asking good questions about your research, but we haven't given out as many picks as I want. If you guys hit us up with that confetti, we'll give out more. That's how we do it here at Butt Fumble Sports. RJ, is Eli De La Cruz over 2.5 runs, hits, RBIs too high today, or are we pushing for 1.5? 1.5. You don't want to be battling the hook. You don't want to be battling the hook. So the whole point is, I want that hook in my favor. 1.5, the half a point is in my favor. At 2, he's got to get 3 hits then. He doesn't have to get 2 hits. He's got to get 3, or he's got to get 2. He's got to get 3 hits, runs, and RBIs. That extra thing, whatever it is, that's asking a lot. If he gets a hit and he scores a run, you cash. If he gets a hit and gets an RBI, you cash. If he walks and scores, if he gets a sac fly, you cash. That said, I don't want that hook working against me. That 0.5, I want it working for me. So 1.5 is what I want. 2. You can take it, Vegas. You can keep it. Trust the System. Your favorite play of the day is the Rays, Tampa Bay Rays over 8.5. The Rays personally, the Rays as a team, or that game? Let us know, Trust the System. The Rays over 8.5. Let us know. The game. There you go. Okay. Trust the system is making his way onto the big board. Plus, plus. Trust the system is going with A's, Rays, over 9. Did I get that right? Over 8.5. You being smart, again, getting the hook in your favor. Good call. Okay, Mike Oxlong, you just hit on something I really like today. Glad you brought it up. Trey Turner. Trey Turner. Let's look at Trey Turner. He's starting to come on a bit. I know he was struggling for a long time, but he's starting to play better. Now, specifically, you're asking about Trey Turner over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Yep. Good play against the Diamondbacks. And it's against Tommy Henry, a righty-lefty matchup that I actually like for him. He's 0-3 lifetime with a strikeout, but I actually do like this play. I will put it up on my big board. It's one that I actually had prior to the show. So Trey Turner over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. That's another play that I like, throwing it up on the big board. Again, if you want more of my picks prior to the show, we do our research. We come up with a bunch of picks that we're waiting on to drop on you guys. We haven't given them out yet, waiting on the confetti. So if you guys can help us out, hit us up with our live goal of the confetti. I literally, like I said, I probably have 10, 12 picks to drop on you guys. So if you guys hit that live goal of confetti, we'll give those out right away. By the way, I also want to check out Trey Turner on a steal. Let's look at Trey Turner on a stolen base. Not a good the implied probability ticked down at 19. Did have a steal last game. Tommy Henry, though, it's a left-handed pitcher. Let's look at Tommy Henry. So Henry. Yeah, Tommy Henry, not a great stolen base percentage against him. Not about it. Not about it. So, not taking Trey Turner on a stolen base, just taking him on hits, runs, and RBIs. Mike Oxlong's also asking about him on bases. Let's look at total bases for Trey Turner. 1.5. The implied probability says no. Again, trend says no. I'm going to stick with the no. Irving Marquez today. Rays over money line. Diamondbacks, Rangers money line. Irving, if you have favorite picks of the day, give us your 2 favorite plays of the day. Only 2. We only take 2, but we throw them up on the celebrity board, up on the celebrity shot board. So make sure, if you've got a favorite play of the day, make sure you write in the comment section, my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick, and we will throw it on the big board so you guys can be a part of the show every day. Marquez, are those your celebrity shots? You got to write, my celebrity pick, my celebrity shot. Can we look at Gabe Vincent over on points? Yes, we can. Again, if you want your celebrity shot thrown up on the big board, write in the comment section, my celebrity pick, my celebrity shot, and then what the pick is. Otherwise, it gets confused with research. So the over 9.5 does have the strong play here with 53%. He's just been in foul trouble the last 2 games. That actually is one of the things I want to discount those 2 games in Miami, in part because those were both games in which he got into some foul trouble, and he just wasn't involved. Now on the road, he has hit he hit the first 2 games in Denver. I don't know why it keeps going head to head, but 4 out of the last 5 games this is hit. By the way, this is actually one thing that actually is an indicator for me. If we took it at 8.5, this would have cashed in all 5 games. So let's look at 8.5. Over 8.5 at minus 174. That's the better play for me. On the road, that's been a strong play. Look at how consistent this has been. Look at how consistent this has been. But again, at 8.5, not 9. At 8.5. 8.5 is going off at minus 174. That's what I like. I don't like the 9.5. Makes me concerned. Irvin Marquez, if you want it to be your celebrity shot, you got to write my celebrity shot and then what the pick is. My celebrity shot and then D-backs money line or Rays money line. If that's what it is, just want to be sure. What it is, just want to be sure. Again, if you guys want more of my picks, I am waiting to drop a ton of these NBA picks on you guys. I try to hold them back because we're trying to incentivize you to hit that like button and, of course, hit us up with our confetti. So want to make sure you guys do that. Tito's full send. Michael Porter Jr. rebounds. Let's go look at it. Michael Porter Jr. on rebounds. Oops. So 5.5, the under's the stronger implied probability here, interestingly enough, even though he's hit the over so consistently against the Heat. The problem is, why is the over the worst play here? Interestingly enough, the over doesn't have the implied probability. I'm really surprised. You would think this is a good play. This keeps going head to head. I don't want head to head. Look at it over the last, 3 series. I'm really surprised. If I had to lean in any direction, wouldn't you want the over? Over 5.5 at plus 104 feels like a good play. I don't get it. This is one in which I'm kind of. Maybe we want to take the alternative line at 4.5. I'll do that. So I will throw that up on the big board. I know he's struggled in the last few games, but Michael Porter Jr. over 4.5 rebounds? I know he only had 3 last game, but come on. Look at how consistent this has been. What if I just take it at home? Look at how consistent. Why is this not getting the love? Yeah, Tito's full send. Love the over 4.5. I love it. I also am with you there in that if he's struggling on offense, go crash the rim. Go crash the glass. Go make yourself useful. Irvin Marquez likes the Nuggets to win a championship today. I agree with you. Mike Oxlong is asking about Marcus Semien. I'll keep saying it, guys. Hit us up with that confetti on TikTok Live. We would love to get some confetti. Every time you hook us up with our live goal, we give out a player prop. So, Marcus Semien over 1.5 runs and RBIs. Strong implied probability. Has been a good play of late. Against Tyler Anderson. Righty-lefty matchup. Not great numbers in his career. Not crazy numbers. But if I look at against left-handed pitching, 300 average. So I do like this play. I do like this one. Over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I do like it. So I will throw this one up on the big board as well. That's going to be Marcus Semien. Over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. There's another player. We've already talked about Heim. We've now talked about Marcus Semien. There's another Ranger I want. And again, it's based off his stats against Tyler Anderson. Corey Seager's 3 for 3 against him. I got to look for Corey Seager today. So Corey Seager, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Boom. I'll put him next to his teammate. Corey Seager, over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Looking at runs scored, no. Looking at overall hits, no. How about total bases? No. So again, hits, runs, and RBIs is the only one that really appeals to us here. Irvin Marquez, if you guys love talking sports and you guys want to join the Butt Fumble Sports community, contact us on our website or DM us, Butt Fumble Sports. If you guys love talking sports, but you want a place to do it consistently, Butt Fumble Sports is looking for people who want to join the team. So DM us, reach out via our website, buttfumblesports.com, and our Contact Us page. So if you guys love talking sports, you talk sports with your family, your friends, your coworkers, but you love to jump into the Butt Fumble Sports, you love to jump into the sports industry, sports media industry a little bit more, reach out to us, Butt Fumble Sports. We are here for you guys, and we're looking for people to join the team. By the way, once we hit 6,000 likes on TikTok, we will give out another long ball long shot of the day. Additionally, we will also give out, again, we're waiting to give out picks. Waiting on that confetti. Okay, Michael Porter Jr., 1.5 3-pointers made. Michael Porter Jr. Now, I did mention that we were looking for confetti, but I will say this is a pick I like. Michael Porter Jr. over 1.5 3-pointers. No, it hasn't been... Keeps going head to head. I don't know why. Hasn't been consistent over the last 3 games, but prior to that, it had been consistent at home. Pretty consistent play. I think he bounces back tonight. I am going to put it up on the big board. Michael Porter Jr. over 1.5 3-pointers made. So that is a pick that I did like pre-show. If you want more of those, make sure you hit that confetti. Make sure you help us out with our live goal. Mike Oxlong, you're asking about Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Let's look at it. Bryce Harper, hits, runs, and RBIs. Now, we haven't looked too often today. Come on. We haven't looked too often today at the weather. But the weather for this game does suggest that runs are going to be up. Extra base hits are going to be up. That definitely makes me feel good about Bryce Harper. So if I jump back over to Bryce Harper and we look at the over, strong implied probability, it's actually been pretty good over the last 5 games against Tommy Henry lifetime. Harper is 2 for 4 against left-handed pitching this year. Harper only has a 200 average. That's the only concern I have. So, I do want to see if there may be another play I can take. It's not that I don't like the hits, runs, and RBIs, but bases, 1.5, nope, doesn't work for me. How about hits? 1.5, nope, doesn't work for me. So, hits, runs, and RBIs is the best play involving Bryce Harper. I'll throw it up on the board as an in-show play. Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Again, once we hit 2,000 likes, once we hit 4,000 or 6,000 likes, we'll give out another long ball long shot of the day. So hit that like button, everybody. Aaron Gordon over half a block steal. Let's look at it. By the way, again, guys, it's too bad. If you guys were hitting that live goal, we'd be giving out good picks. I'm telling you, picks that are cashed money. Too bad. Aaron Gordon, steals plus blocks. I'm seeing it at 1.5. So I'm seeing it at 1.5, not half. I'm seeing it at 1.5. If we're looking at steals, over half, nope, don't like it. If we're looking at blocks, over half, nope, don't like it, so no. Don't like it any way you take it. Tito's full send. Okay, Drew 7382. Jamal Murray under 25.5 points. I know his assists is a safer bet, but his hand injury raises concerns. Why does it raise concerns? I don't know why his hand injury raises concerns. It's a floor burn. It's a floor burn. It's covered. I don't know. He doesn't have a hand injury that's really substantial. Yes, he dove on the floor a couple games ago. It ripped up the skin. They wrap it up. He's fine. Like, it's not going to impact his shooting. Doesn't impact his touch. So don't take that hand injury as something substantial. It really isn't. That would be overlooking. That would be looking into something with a bit too much of a concern. I don't see it. Jamal Murray. Let's look at points. So 25.5, the under does have the stronger implied probability. The under has been the better play over the course of the series so far. Again, this keeps going head to head. I don't know why. Now, over the course of the series, over the last 5 games, the under has been the better play. I'm not touching this. I'm not touching this because this is a closeout game. Stars show up in closeout games. It's why I'm not betting against Jimmy Butler. It's why I'm not betting against Jamal Murray. They could go off for 30. They could have 20. I have no idea on this. Don't like it. Elimination games are their own beast. So I'm not touching this one. Not touching it. No, no, no. No, no, no. Bam Adebayo over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. By the way, again, guys, we only have 20 minutes left of our show. We have not gotten any confetti today. No live goal hit-ups. Again, we've been sitting on picks the entire show. Disappointing. Disappointing. Bam Adebayo, points, rebounds, and assists. Let's look at it. So, the over, really strong implied probability here at 33.5. Candyman, that's what you were asking about. Let's look at it. Now again, for whatever reason, this keeps jumping head to head. But last 4 games against the Nuggets, this has hit. So all 4 games in the series, this has been a good play. Wasn't a good play in the Celtics series. So you just see, Bam Adebayo just came alive in this series. I certainly like Bam Adebayo tonight. This is an interesting play. 33.5 makes me nervous because it has been a tight play in 2 of the 4 games. How about on the road? 3 of the last 4. Is there an alternative line? Over 32.5, I guess. Not going to put it up on my big board, but not a bad play. So Candyman, maybe one you want to consider, but not one I'm going to put up on my big board. Here are our picks so far. Would love to throw some more up there. Hit that confetti, guys. Paul Goldschmidt, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He has over half a hit. By the way, Candyman, thank you. Finally, someone came through. I am desperately trying to give out picks. You guys have been making it a challenge. I so want to give out these picks. Great. Mike, I'll get to your Paul Goldschmidt question in a minute. But boy, do I want to drop a pick right now. Okay, thank God. Thank you, Candyman. Been waiting for a minute. So, let's go to an obvious play for me. Duncan Robinson, over 1.5. 3-pointers made. Duncan Robinson, over 1.5 3-pointers made. Why do we like it? Let's look at it. Duncan Robinson. So they've taken him off the board. They took Duncan Robinson off the board. But I got it earlier, so I'm still happy with it. Duncan Robinson, over 1.5 3-pointers made, has been really consistent. Really consistent. Mike Oxlong, confetti costs 50 cents. Confetti costs 50 cents. If you guys love the picks that we give out and you guys are cashing on them, no, I don't think we're asking too much by a 50-cent confetti. That's why I put it at that. We're not asking for like a TikTok Galaxy or something that's like $100 or whatever. 50 cents? No, we think that's actually a pretty good deal. Paul Goldschmidt was your question, though. Let's get to it. Paul Goldschmidt. Only about 10 minutes left of our show. We have to jump off a little bit early today, so only about 10 minutes left. You guys know what to do. Hit the like button. Hit that confetti. Let's get those picks up on the board. So Goldschmidt on total bases, not a good play. How about on hits? Over half a hit. Bing, bing, bing. Great call here. Great call here by Mike Oxlong. Great call here. We will put this one up on our board for sure. No brainer on this one. Paul Goldschmidt, over half a hit. I'm surprised you're seeing it available there. That's one you want to jump on. I don't care that it's minus 230. I am all over it. Against Logan Webb. Now, he doesn't have great numbers against Webb, but he's got a 250 average. That's good enough for me. I would take Paul Goldschmidt over half a hit. As for 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, no, I'm not going to take that one. I know that the implied probability has it as the over, but the numbers against Logan Webb just aren't good enough. But over half a hit, that I do like. Now, Candyman is carrying the weight today. Dropped another piece of confetti on us, so we have another pick to give out. We are going to give out Contavious Caldwell Pope over half a turnover. Over half a turnover for Contavious Caldwell Pope. Now, let me show you why. Contavious Caldwell Pope. Turnovers. Good implied probability here at 62%. Head-to-head against the Heat. 5 out of the last 6 meetings. Then if we look at the last 10 games. 7 out of the last 8 games this has hit. So that's another pick that we like that we just threw up on the big board. Thank you guys so much for hitting that confetti, Candyman. Every time you guys hit the confetti, help us out with our live goal, give a pick. So there you go. Contavious Caldwell Pope over half a turnover. All the confetti brings picks. Hit that confetti, guys. IP Shade 45, great to see you. IP Shade 45 is asking about Jimmy Butler over half a turnover. Over half a turnover. I saw it at 1.5. If you could get Butler at a half a turnover, I would take it. But I saw it at 1.5. Right. Over 1.5 does have a strong implied probability here. If you could get it at over half, it's a no-brainer. IP Shade 45. Jimmy Butler to have a turnover is an obvious play. But against the Nuggets, it's only hit once. You see in the series, just that one. It had been a good play early in the Celtics series, but if you can get it at over half, I'd love it. But right now, not so much. Not so much. Mike Oxlong, you've got a really good question. You're asking about Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run. Kyle Schwarber to get a long ball of the day. Let's look at it. Again, guys, about 7 minutes left of the show. Get your questions in and hit that like button. Hit that confetti. We only have so many minutes before we give out our final picks of the day. So Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run. 26% implied probability. That's really good, actually. He's been hitting some homers over the last week against Tommy Henry lifetime. He does have a home run, and he does have good numbers. I would take this one. I would throw this one up on the big board as well. So there you go. I'm going to throw this one up. We will put it in the long ball, long shots of the day. We haven't gotten too many likes today on TikTok Live. Quiet audience on TikTok Live today. So not as many long ball, long shots of the day as we would like. But I will throw Kyle Schwarber up there. Let's also look for hits, runs, and RBIs really quick. Total bases? No. Hits, runs, and RBIs? Yes. Kyle Schwarber, throwing it up there. I'll put him next to his teammate. Kyle Schwarber over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Okay, we've got a couple more picks to give out because you guys have woken up with that confetti. Bingo. Thank you, Drew. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you guys supporting the show. Really, and Drew, thank you for the first gift. Goes a long, long way. We have 2 more long ball, long shots of the day to give out, I'm being told. And we have 3 picks to give out. So I'll give out my 3 NBA picks, and then we'll give out another long ball, long shot of the day. So we talked about Caleb Martin on over half a steal. I'm taking Caleb Martin over half a turnover. Over half a turnover. Caleb Martin over half a turnover has been a very consistent play. Oh, had up turnovers. If I go to Caleb Martin on turnovers, boom, 62%. 8 out of the last 10 games against the Nuggets. It's been pretty consistent as well in the series. So Caleb Martin over half a turnover. Ready for another one, guys? I'm going Bam. Bam Adebayo. And we are taking Bam Adebayo at over 17.5 points. Bam Adebayo over 17.5 points. That's another one we like. Showing the research up on the screen. Going to Bam Adebayo. Now, it's set at 19.5. I wanted the alternative line. 17.5 at minus 215. You'll see why. If I take it at 19.5, I'm actually sweating it. If I take it at 17.5, no brainer. 18.5, still strong. So I took it at 17.5. I'm putting that as a leg in a two-leg parlay, but definitely one you want to keep your eye on. I have another pick to give out. I actually have two more picks to give out because you guys are hooking us up with that confetti. So another pick to give out. Nikola Jokic. You guys probably know where I'm going on this. Total assists. I know it's been a bit hit or miss, but I think he's going to have a triple-double tonight. Closeout game at home. I think he's having a triple-double. So I'm taking 9.5 assists over 9.5 assists. And I'm also taking Nikola Jokic over 10.5 rebounds. I think he's going to get the triple-double, so I like it. Okay, we have a long ball, long shot of the day to give out. By the way, Candyman, Max Strus over 10.5. Okay, if you have celebrity shots of the day, get them in right now. We're running out of time. Max Strus. Oops. And you're going over 10.5 points, rebounds, assists. If you guys want your celebrity shots on the board, get them in now. Candyman and IP Shade 45, thank you guys so much for helping us out. Thank you guys so much. Okay, let's go to another long ball, long shot of the day. Another long ball, long shot of the day that I wanted to give out. Josh Young. Josh Young of the Texas Rangers. Got my eye on him. Josh Young to hit a home run today. 22% implied probability. I like the righty-lefty matchup. Now, also, want to look at him. Bases? No. Hits, runs, and RBIs? Yes. So throwing that up there as well. Josh Young, over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Again, only a couple minutes left of the show, guys. Final few minutes. Final few minutes, everybody. Big shout out to all of those who've been watching the show today. Let's give out another long ball, long shot of the day while we're already here. We'll give out another one. We're also going to take Josh Lowe. Josh Lowe. Is it Lowe? Is it Josh Lowe? Brandon Lau? I always confuse the two. So Josh Lowe, I believe, is it? Home runs, 17%, but I like the righty-lefty matchup that he has against James Kaprielian. 1 for 3 lifetime, but I do like this matchup, so I'm taking the home run here. Also considering, how about hits, runs, and RBIs for him? Boom, also like that as well. So we'll also take Josh Lowe over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. There you go, Candyman. Good call. All over Max Strus tonight. I love it. We have another pick to give out. Thank you, IP Shade 45. Another pick to give out. We're running out of time, so we're giving out as many picks as we can. In the final few seconds of the show, we are going to go to Nikola Jokic one more time. Over 37.5 points plus assists. And again, you guys can see, I think he's having a triple-double tonight. I think he's going to be the star of the game. I think he's going to get named MVP. I think it'll be him over Jamal Murray, and I think tonight's performance is part of the reason. So there's another pick for you guys. Thank you for the confetti. Want to give a big shout-out to Drew7382, IP Shade 45, Candyman, Mike Oxlong. Thank you guys so much. Macy Toru, thank you guys so much for supporting the show today. Means a lot. Appreciate you guys so much. We are going to get off a little bit early today. We are going to get off the show a little bit early. So here are all of our picks up on the screen. So for those who are watching the show, here are all the picks up on the screen. All of our NBA picks. Here are all of our MLB game picks, as well as our player props. Here are our long ball long shots of the day, as well as players we like to get a stolen base. And finally, here are your celebrity shots of the day. And there's the record for a bunch of you. Can't get all the records up there, but... So there you go. All of our picks, all of our plays, and your celebrity shots all in one place. We will be putting this on our website in just a few minutes, buttfumblesports.com. So make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. You can check out all the picks that were given out today, as well as check out our DFS lineup of the day. Our MLB game picks, there were a few we didn't give out during the show, so you can find those. Our favorite hitter-pitcher matchups of the day, as well as the pick we have for the NBA game tonight. So make sure you go to our website. We're going to put all the picks from today's show up on the website in the next few minutes. For all of those who have been with us today, a big, big thank you. All the support you guys show us is immense. Thank you guys so much. Every single day we're live for 2 hours, and we are grateful for the support that this community shows us. We will be live tomorrow. We are live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We are back live on TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So make sure you guys follow us. Make sure you subscribe. That way you know every time we're live. As I say, every single show, we are so grateful for your support. We hope you stay safe. We hope you stay healthy. We hope you have an unbelievable day. We hope you have the best possible day. And of course, we hope you cash a lot of tickets tonight in all of these MLB games and of course the NBA game tonight. Can't wait to see you tomorrow, Tuesday, June 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you all again and do it all again tomorrow.